Hey Internet, I'm Reese.
And I'm Barry.
And we're Ideal Comics, and you guys are about to watch an excerpt of our long-form show, Fans First.
Fans first, and like always, comment down below.
Like and share, and all that stuff people do. So, roll film.
Film. Next, what we have is, lately on Netflix, we've had a series on unfortunate events, Lemonys Who... You've read the books.
Mm-hmm.
You've
Not all of them.
With
I've read
me. And we have Patrick
four.
Burton narrating as Lemonys Snickets, who is perfect.
He's amazing.
He is.
Patrick Warburton?
Yeah, Warburton. Thank you.
Okay.
I know
he's amazing.
Warburton.
Man, really? I think that's miscast. He's got a wonderful voice, but he has a wonderful presence too, and he has a wonderful cadence to his speech.
He has good comedic timing also.
He does have great comedic timing. But the thing about it is that the Lemony Snicket character, right, is terrified and sad. Yeah. And that comes through all of the narration. Now, I love the books, and one of the things, and I haven't finished them yet, but one of the things that's great about the books is that the narrator will stop telling the story to explain a word or a concept or an idea, and it increases, it's really teaching kids to appreciate literature.
Right.
In a way,
that point,
in a way that makes
that he is.
They totally do that in the television.
Well, which is great. Which is great. But the thing is I can't.
Right?
Just the first episode.
Okay.
Now, let me ask you this question: Does Warburton, who has that big, burly, manly voice, does he pull off sounding terrified?
He doesn't sound terrified. He sounds more sad and more
remorse.
Concern and remorse would be a good word for it.
He sounds timid. He brings it to you're with him. Mm-hmm. Now he's not playing a little panicked. I'm pulling, but he delivers the lines from the books perfectly, and the plot points that they show him going through while his story is being told, while at the same time the children's story is being told is perfect, and it gives you a sense of not necessarily paranoia or fear, but you kind of feel that for him a little bit. It's echoed and set upon you in a certain way.
And it also kind of feels like it's like he's watching a movie with the audience of these children's story, and then if he sees something that he feels he needs to explain more, he'll pause the movie and then explain it more, and then resume. Yeah. When he wants to explain what these words mean or things.
Or he'll be right there in the story himself. He'll just walk right to the presentation of the audience. Like the beginning, the first episode, he's right there. Later on, episodes he's talking as they draw the same conclusions between certain horror films or whatever else.
Well, one of the really interesting things about the books was Lemony Snicket. I'm going to spoil an open secret. His real name is Daniel Handler.
Yeah.
Right?
They actually.
Now, one of the funny things about that is when I said I read the first 4 books, that's not entirely accurate. I listened to the audio.
Same thing. Okay.
Where they were I can't remember who did the reading of it, but one of the features wasn't Patrick Warburton. One of the features on the back end of the last disc of the 3rd book was an interview with Daniel Handler, where Daniel Handler pretends to be Lemony Snicket's press secretary. Okay, named Handler. And I just thought that was a giant joke, because a handler, of course, is somebody who stands up in front of someone else. Represents someone else and keeps things down low and on the secret. Right. And he's handling himself.
Right. So he's actually handling himself.
He's his own handler in that, and that's his last name.
It's
hilarious.
Now, have you seen it at all or read anything?
No, I just know Neil Patrick Harris plays it, and I saw the trailer for it.
And I'm glad you mentioned his name. Yeah. He is honestly by far the best character in the entire series. Well, I know you're supposed to hate him, but I freaking love him, because he's the best in the entire show, because he makes it.
Absolutely.
You want to hate him, but you just can't, because he's too good at it.
Yeah, you're cheering him on. You're cheering for him to fail at the same time. You're cheering for him to win.
And that's what Olaf is supposed to be.
Exactly supposed to be.
And he's. Olaf was cut from the cutter of the great villains.
Yes, the dastardly.
Where he's got just enough charming. Yeah. Where you're fascinated by him, but just enough terrifying where you really want his someone to end him.
Yeah.
Right.
As the story goes on.
Weapons in the
And
end.
exactly. And so it was just enough charming where you really want to see where his plan goes. You despise him, and at the same time you're fascinated by him. And that's one of the that is a rare thing to really get that dynamic down, and that's one thing that Snicket was able to pull off with those.
Well, and the difference being is, you know, if the children had a bit more personality to themselves. I mean, they describe them in the show as having these personalities, but you don't really see that. You just they look like they're just like a plain gingerbread cookie with none of the frosting or the cool bits on it. You know,
Right.
like the stuff that you actually want to eat. Instead, it's just a boring figure, you know, with a shape, and that's all you see is just the shape. There's no.
I think they had a little bit of frosting, maybe a button or two, but I know what you're saying.
I think part of the deal with that too, though, is that, you know, the purpose of the books is to take these traumatized children and show them adapting to this traumatic event and growing up.
Right.
So they're children that are just respondent to the fact that their whole world was destroyed. And the only thing they have going for them is money and resourcefulness. That's it.
Yeah.
Except for
And
they
so
don't even have the money.
They don't have access.
They have the money as a tool.
They don't have access to money, but it does keep them from going starving. Like
Right.
they have
People want the money.
They have,
It is a tool that
they have trustees that look after them and continue to give them food and clothing and shelter.
Gotcha.
But so it keeps them from being destitute. It's not like this isn't an Oliver. This isn't not Oliver Twist. Oliver Twist is one of Dickens' book.
Gotcha.
They have the resources of survival, physically and mentally, because they're resourceful children. But as they move on in the stories, they get their character is developed and it's honed and it's finessed, and they're becoming people.
Okay,
Right.
so as the show progresses, there should be some
does.
adding of the frosting.
Because
as I
you've
mentioned
seen the
before.
first one.
Yeah, I
Okay, I'm
watched
sorry.
the first
Yeah,
episode.
they does. At first, as their roles grow, I binge watched it, so it was pretty decent. I was entertained by it because, like, you know, the story is such a different story. You know, we all know, which makes it so great and different.
Except Conrad.
Yeah,
We all know except Conrad.
Conrad hates some things that are good. That's
He's just ignorant of it. Don't make it more, don't make it more than it is.
I'm
He's
sorry.
just
I was
ignorant.
trying to make him ignorant, but
He doesn't hate things that are good. He's just ignorant of it. That's all. That's not a bad thing.
Can you
It's
be
just what it
both?
is.
And it also
Yes.
could be he's just ignorant of what's actually good.
All right,
That's
so-
also true, but I wasn't going to jump to that. So
Yeah, we'll let you say. Anyway,
We got a little bit of time yet.
you can't know everything. That's all I'm saying.
No, but as I was saying, was Neil Patrick Harris, as Connor pointed out, something. It's just he's awesome.
fantastic.
Yeah, I
He's
saw
a-
the trailer.
yeah.
It's
You know,
pretty
he's
sick.
like one of those actors that you know, Doogie Howser, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was Doogie Howser.
And then just kind of disappears. Was in what was that Alien one? Starship Troopers, which he was awesome.
Yeah,
in.
awesome movie.
Awesome.
Didn't see it.
Oh,
Well,
man.
I am a big
because-
Starship
because
Troopers.
he is. You know, that's okay.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I'll run down to
Thanks.
Blockbuster and get it tonight. That sounds like a good
Yeah,
one.
I'm
Yeah.
Blockbuster because it exists.
It's super cheesy and fantastic.
It is
See, that's-
exactly. It's
that's what-
cheese. It
Yeah,
is.
you
It's
probably-
cheesy.
What was the one that we
It's
used to watch with Chris? The
Fifth Element?
no.
I don't know.
It
I was thinking of
it
cheesy
was-
sci-fi pictures.
It was way under budget. Like I know you.
Yeah.
It's like that, but with a slightly higher
crap.
production value.
Well, yeah, that was made in like a warehouse in
Yeah.
Australia.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, moving on to Patrick Harris.
Why can I not remember that movie? That's
It's
like,
not
just,
too
just,
important. But
just
yeah,
go
Patrick
on.
Harris.
Just going on.
And like he starts showing up in like those what was the Stoner one movies with the two guys.
Harold and Kumar.
Harold and Kumar.
As
Himself.
yeah, as
Yeah, but
himself. But he was awesome. And then
Yeah, that was after
It was a
Dr.
role, though, it
Horrible. That was after the.
Yeah, it was,
That was
but-
after he got cast on
How I Met Your Mother.
How I Met Your Mother.
no, that was before How I Met Your Mother.
Don't
I don't
think it
know.
was.
That show had a lot of seasons.
That lasted
It
for
did,
like
it
10
did, but
years.
it started in 09 or 010, and the Harold and Kumar ones were like
No, it was in 09 because that wasn't 10 years ago and it ran for 10
I was-
seasons.
Yeah.
Was it? Maybe it was 07, or maybe it was
I think
6.
it was like 03.
Because I was
Okay. It wasn't.
I'm pretty sure I was still in high school when that show was airing.
Yeah.
Let's look.
I'll let Barry look it up because
Anyway, while Barry's looking that up, we were going to talk
Continue
about Troll Hunters.
Trollhunters. Yeah, you guys know more about that. I mean, I've seen a few of them.
I've seen a few of them as well. Now,
Netflix original series.
I think it's super cool. The trolls look awesome.
Yeah,
You know,
they're different. They're all unique. It's pretty
Yeah.
sweet.
Want to know something interesting? I think it's interesting. It has nothing to do with your show at all, but the word drow,
Yeah.
right? That, you know, the dark elves from D&D,
Yep.
they stole that. The Scots Gaelic word for troll is drow,
Oh, nice. Okay.
which was a borrowed word from the troll from the Scandinavia,
Okay.
the Vikings that were kings of Scotland during the Middle Ages, and that's where the word drow comes from.
Gotcha. Okay.
So totally unrelated to Trollhunters. One of my favorite little tidbits of etymological knowledge there.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Right on.
I mean, it's a pretty fantastic show. I mean, it's obviously a show for kids, but it's super. I mean, it looks cool. I mean, like visually, it's awesome. The trolls look cool. The bad guy troll looks like a Balrog from Lord of the Rings,
Yeah.
and
He
it's
does.
just kind of awesome.
He's a pretty
because
wicked
when you
villain.
watch that show, you're just like, I want to see more of that thing, and now you get to a little bit.
Cool.
It's pretty cool.
You don't have the flaming sword or the flaming whip, but
Well, you know, you can't.
You do have a
okay.
materializing sword whenever he wants.
All right, back to
Yeah,
you.
Just super freaking
Yeah,
sweet.
that is sweet.
Basically, he's on his own quest or whatever to defeat this like badass demon or whatever.
yeah, essentially.
And he
that's what
gets
it
like a
looks
set of
Demon.
armor that like can be augmented with different crystals.
And it fits to him.
Yeah, and then he gets different weapons depending on how it's augmented.
I haven't gotten
It's
that
pretty
far yet,
freaking
but
sweet.
that sounds
So is
pretty
this a show or a video game?
It's a
It's a show.
It's an animated show by DreamWorks.
Yeah.
I think in part created by Del Toro.
Yeah,
Guillermo del
Okay,
Toro.
okay.
which is awesome.
Which is awesome.
Yeah,
Also, the
Suddenly
main
everything makes
characters
sense.
Yeah.
voiced by I don't know the guy's name.
Um,
but the guy that died from Star Trek.
Yeah, he
The
was.
kid,
Yeah,
Anton.
Anton something.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
Russian guy. He was.
Yeah,
in
he
so
was-
they're gonna
Charlie
have to,
Bartlett as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
we gotta
He was a great.
recast
Yeah,
that.
he was sad. Pour one out. Anyway, back to the who. Just to finish off the Harold and Kumar versus
Okay.
How I Met Your Mother.
Okay.
Harold and Kumar, the series started in 04, and then they had multiple ones until 11. The How I Met Your Mother started in 05.
Ah, so
Yeah,
it was
there you go, maybe in
He
Ross.
was probably
So he was
casted, but hadn't started filming.
No.
yet.
Or they hadn't
No.
finished with production or
Right.
something.
so
Possibly.
it was almost simultaneous, like
Yeah.
a year of difference. So both right. All right, great score, guys. Anyway, but yeah, back to Trollhunter. Pretty. Is that what we got for?
Yeah, I mean,
Awesome.
We talked about
It's
it.
super good. Yeah.
Any,
I'm looking forward to the next season. It's made by DreamWorks, so the animation is nice.
Okay, yeah.
The voice acting is all
Quality.
awesome. The storyline is great.
Who's
It's interesting. There's multiple villains, so
Who
it's not
plays
just
the?
one guy.
Who plays the? Well, he hasn't seen it yet, so I was going to ask who plays. Do we know who plays the actual human villain?
I'm going to step out for just a second.
Cool.
All right.
Since we're on Netflix and we got some time,
Yeah.
any other Netflix originals that we should talk about?
Well, I mean, we're going to talk about. Well, you want to talk about like the Heroes for Hire? I mean, obviously.
We can talk about that at a different time because
Okay.
it's a comic book related television show. I'm just talking about Netflix shows.
Straight Netflix,
Straight-
no other association.
Right, straight Netflix originals.
I mean, we have Stranger Things season 2 coming up.
Stranger Things
Oh yes,
was amazing.
Amazing. And which
You
you know,
seen-
how many people have? What you still watch? You know, Reese left. You know, who's
It's not,
next?
and it's not this. I don't think it's a second season. I think it's a second half to the first season.
Is that what they're calling it,
I
or
think
is it
so.
season 2?
Because I think it was like season 1, part 1, or something like that. I
Hmm.
don't know. I'm not sure
Ah,
why I
okay.
say that, but I remember something like that. It's kind of
Hey, I don't care either way. We get more of it. I'm alright with that.
yeah, more of it is great. You know, and you know, I like where these companies like Netflix and Hulu, you know, are taking shows that may not get aired on, you know, regular television and making them and saying we can make
Give
the
them
show
a chance.
better
Kind of green light.
because
yeah.
we can, you know, we can add things that would make the show better, or you know,
You know who really?
we don't have to cater to specific audiences.
Right. You know the demographic effort, and then we're just gonna go with this, and this
Exactly.
is an awesome, strong story. We believe in this, and we're gonna do it because Netflix has been really hitting it out of the park lately.
Oh, yeah.
Netflix,
Absolutely.
and there are quite a few Hulu original television shows that are also really good. There's quite a few coming up that are pretty looking pretty good. in this.
We'll have to do a list of that because I actually haven't watched many Hulu ones because a lot of ones I keep on watching keep on getting canceled because they were on television also.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, you know.
And
forget
that's
this.
one thing that I think Hulu and Netflix both do is they take shows that were canceled by, you know,
Well, I was watching.
prime example, I can't
Some
stand it,
things.
but it's the Mindy Project. Hulu picked it up after Fox canceled it, and they continued on with it. I don't
It's
know
going
what they're-
strong now then?
I don't know. I never watched it
Okay.
apparently, but you know,
Well, good for them.
Another one that's on Netflix. Most people probably haven't heard about it. Is a show called Misfits. It's a British television
Yeah,
show
and I
about
like
comic
it,
book
yeah.
heroes, about
Yeah.
superheroes. Kind of super amazing. It's got quite a bit of comedy in it, and
That dry British humor I love.
lots of dry British humor and lots of. It's about teenagers who got superpowers who were also, serving community service at the time. So they're, these little a-holes who get sent to community service to
You
repaint
know what that
this,
sounds like?
and they
A
get
bit like some
superpowers.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Just kidding.
Anyway,
Conrad's a
if
big
you,
fan,
if
I
you
heard.
have not
I just
seen,
heard, that's
if you
all.
have not watched Misfits yet, I highly recommend it. It's amazing, one of the best TV shows I've ever watched, and Hulu also picked it up to finish out the series before it was canceled.
That's really cool. Okay, I didn't know that. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it's really
I've
good.
caught like a half episode one time because I hit play when I was barely awake and passed out.
Yeah, dude, it's amazing. It's like I said, it's one of the best series I've ever watched.
Yeah.
So, but we should have another.
We will have to,
another season
Netflix and
about-
Hulu's things.
talking about just all
Just
of that.
yeah,
Okay, cool.
because you're gonna have to run with that one because I don't know, like I haven't watched Hulu because they keep on canceling. Like I said, the shows I'm like, oh, this is good. Oh, it's ending in a few episodes. Never mind.
Yeah.
So